Welcome St. John Paul II Academy juniors and parents of juniors. Today, we will begin a series of conversations regarding the college application process. Let's begin by introducing our counseling department. I am Candace Katerina, the Director of Counseling. Eileen Cassidy is our Administrative Assistant. Laura Yoder is our counselor who supports all students with the last names A through J. Joan Paula is our counselor who supports all students with the last names K through Z. Throughout this year, our counseling department has met individually and in small groups with our juniors. Most recently, we met with each junior one-on-one in order to assist with course selection. During this time, we presented each junior with their transcript in order to ensure that they are on track for graduation and have met the following requirements: 4 credits of religion or theology, 4 credits of English, 4 credits of mathematics, 3 credits of science, 4 credits of social studies, 2 credits of world language, 1 credit of physical education, which consists of a semester of health and a semester of PE, 1 credit of fine or performing arts, and 5 electives. In addition, each senior will need 100 community service hours and an unweighted GPA of 2.0 or higher. After ensuring that each junior is on track for graduation or creating a plan for those who may not be, we are ready to look at the college admissions process, where counselors will support each upcoming senior before, during, and after they apply. Let's begin with an initial checklist. By this time, all juniors have become very familiar with their transcript and their GPA. On each transcript, each student is assigned a weighted GPA on a 6-point scale and an unweighted GPA on a 4-point scale. By this time in their junior year, all juniors should have taken either the SAT or ACT. We suggest that each junior takes both and then repeats the exam that they scored best on. Please know that most Florida public universities do take what is called a super score. A super score takes the best scores of multiple sections on various tests in order to create the highest score possible. In addition, if you plan on participating in athletics at the college level, it is time for you to register for either the NCAA or NAIA. It is very important that if you are going to participate in any type of credit recovery, you consult your counselor first. NCAA has very strict rules regarding credit and what they will assign for credit recovery. If you have not yet taken the SAT or ACT, do not panic. There are a few test dates remaining for the summer. In addition, August will have multiple test dates available. However, for the summer, we do have a June 4th test, the SAT, with a deadline to register for May 5th. We do have an ACT on June 11th and July 16th. The deadline for the June 11th ACT is May 6th, and the deadline to register for the July 16th is June 24th. Again, it is very important that we take these exams before our senior year so that once we enter school, we may start the application process with your counselor. We have provided multiple test prep resources. On this slide, you can see numerous free resources. Keep in mind that we do have test prep embedded in our curriculum, and it is known as Ray-DOS. In addition to the Ray-DOS test prep, we also have Khan Academy, which is through College Board. Once you log on to your College Board account, you'll be provided with individualized practice tests based on your previous PSAT and SAT exams. Please know where to register and access your scores. For the SAT, you will go to collegeboard.org. For the ACT, you will go to ACT.org. Please be sure every time you take one of these tests that you send your scores to a Florida public university. By doing this, your scores will automatically go to Bright Futures. This is the only way that Bright Futures receives your scores, through a Florida public university. In addition, when it comes time to send your scores to the universities that you're applying to, please know that St. John Paul does not send your test scores. Students are responsible for sending their own test scores via the respective sites. Again, if you plan on participating in a sport at the college level, we highly encourage you to register at this time with the NCAA Eligibility Center or the NAIA. Throughout the college application process, you will be asked to create multiple accounts. We suggest that you create a college username and a college password that you use for all accounts. In addition, we ask that you store your usernames and passwords in a common binder or folder that you share with your parents. Also, it is a good idea to screenshot this information and save it to your favorites so that it is more accessible. Please know that colleges and universities will communicate with you primarily via email. Therefore, we suggest that you create a separate college Gmail account, again, that you share with your parents. This way, all college communication is housed in one place, only for college communication. This is to prevent you from sifting through 10,000 unchecked emails in your personal account. We also suggest that you do not use your school account, as this will end after your senior year. Creating a professional, separate Gmail account just for college communication is a great idea that will save you a lot of time and ensure that you are not missing vital communication from the colleges and universities. For the remainder of your junior year and into the summer prior to your senior year, we highly encourage you to continue to do your research. This includes campus visits. We highly encourage you to use the summer prior to your senior year to visit as many campuses as possible. The only way that you will get a feel for the culture of the campus, the food, the dorm, and the classrooms is by visiting it in person. You do not want to wait until you attend the university on the first day to actually see what it looks like. And by this time, you should be having lots of conversations regarding your interests and potential majors that you would like to participate in college. Our counseling department has ensured that every single junior has a username and password and knows how to access the platform known as Naviance. While on Naviance, students are highly encouraged this summer to take advantage of the tools which provide learning styles inventory, strengths explorers, career profilers, and information on majors and the types of universities that provide those majors. If you are receiving any kind of support services or anticipate needing support services, it is very important that while on your campus visit and in discussions with admissions counselors that you explore the support services that are offered at the different universities. Ultimately, you need to know what is important to you. Do you want private versus public? Just remember that although private institutions do cost more typically, they also offer a lot of financial aid and scholarships. Do you want to go in-state or out-of-state? Again, in-state is going to be more affordable with in-state tuition. And what other avenues are offered by the university in order to get you to the university of your choice? For instance, FAU, UCF, FSU, and Florida Gulf Coast all offer types of link programs where you can attend a feeder school such as Palm Beach State, TCC, Valencia, or Florida Southwestern State College in order to get a direct route into the institution of your choice. Keep in mind that you're going to be living at this university or college for 4 years. Therefore, you want it to be that best fit. Consider, do you want a university near a city, near family? Do you want urban versus rural, small versus big, co-ed? What kinds of dorms do they have? What kinds of food do they have? Do you want religious affiliation? These are all things to keep in mind when you're doing your research and touring the campus. Please consider things like athletics, music programs, ROTC, clubs, Greek life and organization. Does the university that you're searching for offer what you're looking for? Ultimately, one of the biggest factors to consider when selecting a university is what you can afford. Please keep in mind that on every university website, there is a very helpful tool known as the Net Price Calculator. This will take the parent and students about 5 minutes to complete, where you're entering basic information such as income, grades, GPA, and test scores. Based on what you enter, the university will provide you with the amount it will cost to attend the specific university. It will also provide you with information such as how much financial aid they are willing to give you, scholarships, grants, loans, and work study. On October 1st, the FAFSA window will open. At this time, the counseling department will coach parents and students on how to complete the federal financial aid form. In addition, on October 1st, the Florida financial window opens. At this time, the counseling department will help each student register for Florida financial aid, where they will be considered for the merit-based scholarship known as Bright Futures. Bright Futures provides all students attending Florida public universities with the opportunity for either 100% or 75% paid tuition. If you have a 3.5 weighted GPA, 1330 SAT, or 29 ACT, you will get 100% of your tuition paid for at a Florida public university based on your merit. If you have a 3.0 weighted GPA, 1210 SAT, or 25 ACT, you will get 75% of your tuition paid for. If you are attending a private university, most Florida private universities do accept Bright Futures, however, at the public school rate. Therefore, you most likely will have a balance due. In addition to FAFSA and Bright Futures, most universities offer their own scholarships. Students are usually considered for these scholarships when they apply to admissions automatically. In addition to the scholarships that they are automatically considered for, there are also other scholarships that they can apply for independently on the university website. In addition to those, there are also multiple private scholarships. Just keep in mind that if a scholarship is asking you for a fee or to pay any money, it is most likely a scam. Most scholarships are free. It is important to consider that Florida public universities use the primary criteria of GPA and test scores for admissions. However, outside of the Florida public university system, many schools are going toward the test optional model. With the test optional, students may choose whether to submit their test scores or not if they feel that their test scores do not represent their potential in college. In addition to test optional schools, there are also test flexible and test blind. Here we see the Florida State University System matrix. This matrix has very important information regarding GPA and the test scores needed for admission. You will see that for the GPA, there is an S, which indicates summer admission, and an F, which indicates fall admission. Typically, summer admission is a little bit lower in terms of the requirements than fall admission. However, we encourage everyone to apply for fall admission. If they do not make it for fall, they will be considered for summer. You can also see the 2+2 programs that might be available in addition to the required ACT and SAT scores. Here we see supplemental information to include cost and deadlines. On this slide, we have a matrix regarding the private schools that are offered in Florida and their admissions criteria. We would like for each incoming senior to come to school in the fall with 6 choices: 2 safety schools, 2 match schools, and 2 reach schools. A safety school is where you exceed the criteria that is needed in order to attend. These schools you'll have in your back pocket so that you have somewhere to go in the event that you do not get into your match or reach school. A match school is where you match the criteria exactly. However, given the numbers game and tens of thousands of applicants that apply for schools like UCF, UF, Florida Gulf Coast, it's not ultimately guaranteed that you will get in just because you match the criteria. And then we encourage you to have at least 2 reach schools where you fall short of perhaps the GPA or test scores, but perhaps you have something else to bring to the table in terms of your essay, community service, athleticism, and you may have a chance at getting in. Ultimately, it's your dream and you should apply for it. Today we have reviewed all of the criteria that should go into considering where you would like to attend. Ultimately, this is called your best fit. We would love for each incoming senior to come equipped with at least 6 colleges that represent best fit. A great tool that has already been introduced to our juniors through Naviance is called College Match or the Super Match. By using this tool, students are able to plug in as much or little information as they would like in order to populate a list of best match schools. When considering the college application process, please keep in mind the various deadlines. Rolling admission allows students to apply anytime throughout the year. Students are considered in the order that they apply. We encourage our St. John Paul students to apply what is called early action. This is where you apply earlier in the fall and you in turn will get the results earlier. By applying earlier, you most likely will have a smaller amount of people within the admissions pool and have a better chance at being admitted. Please have caution when applying early decision. Early decision is binding. What this means is that you are making an agreement that if you get accepted, you will take on the cost of attending and you cannot change your mind. Also, when applying, you will be offered typically 2 ways to apply. The first way is directly through the institution. This means applying through the institution's website. The other common way is through the Common Application platform. By creating a Common App account, you're able to put in all of your information one time and submit it to multiple universities. We encourage you to set up your Common App account this summer by creating a username and password and populating the various demographic information. Then in the fall, we will help you to complete your Common App account and apply for the colleges that you would like to apply for. You will most likely be offered applying directly through the institution, which is through the website, or again through the Common App. Please keep in mind that UF allows you to apply via Common App or another platform called Coalition. However, Common App interfaces more easily with Naviance, so we do prefer that you use the Common App platform when applying for UF. Keep in mind that the freshman application deadline for UF is November 1st. You must also complete the supplemental SSAR, which we will assist you with, December 1st, and your scores need to be sent via College Board or ACT.org by December 15th. Once you have applied, you will request transcripts and/or letters of recommendation through Naviance. Again, we have been working with our juniors to make sure that they are aware of their username and password and how to access Naviance. In addition to providing tools such as the Supermatch and interest inventories, Naviance is like a post office. It is used to request to send transcripts and other supplemental information that colleges are asking for. Again, Naviance is like a post office. It is not used to apply to universities. Application is directly through the institution's website or via the Common Application. Then you go to your Naviance account and request that we send your transcripts to those universities, as well as letters of recommendation if required. Please keep in mind, Florida public universities do not accept letters of recommendation. Please do not request a letter of recommendation unless you know your university requires it. This will be told to you during the application process. The only exceptions for Florida Public University are some of the honors colleges. The honors colleges are usually housed within a university. For instance, Wilkes Honors College is within FAU. FAU does not require letters of recommendation. However, when applying to get into the Wilkes Honors College, they do accept letters of recommendation. Our counselors are here to help you if you are confused with whether to request a letter of recommendation. We have referenced the SSAR numerous times within this presentation. This is also known as the Self-Reported Academic Record, and it is accessed through the SSAR platform. Various Florida universities require that students fill out the SSAR in addition to the application paperwork. Again, this will be listed to you in the documents needed to apply. Basically, the SSAR is you inputting all the information on your transcript. We will assist you with the SSAR when the time comes. However, if you see that it is required, just know it is a supplemental platform that you will populate, basically putting every class that's on your transcript and the grade that goes with it. There have been a lot of questions about Naviance. Again, Naviance has great tools such as the College Supermatch and different strength and interest inventories. What you will primarily use it for when you return in the fall is to request transcripts and letters of recommendation. Naviance is not used to apply to colleges. You will apply to colleges through the institution's website or through platforms such as the After you apply, you will receive emails on hopefully the email account that you created exclusively for your college applications. These emails will typically say, "Thank you for applying." They will give you a username and password that you will eventually change, hopefully to the username and password that you are using for all college materials, in order to access what is called a dashboard. The dashboard will list everything that you have that's been sent to the university and they've received, along with anything that you're missing. Through the dashboard, you will also be notified as to whether you were admitted or not. These dashboards will be key in communication with the university. Alternate admission offers and appeals process. Please know that if you do not get in for the fall, you may have other admission offers to consider, such as getting in for the summer or the following spring. These are very important options that could get you into the university that you would like to get into. Maybe not perhaps the direct route that you had initially anticipated. However, they are good options. In addition to that, you also have the right to appeal. The counselors are here to help you if you would like to pursue the appeals process. I have laid out basically the 20 steps that are needed in order to successfully apply. Please keep in mind that we will be meeting with each senior for an hour one-on-one in September in order to go through everything is needed for their unique application process. However, for now, please make sure your transcript is correct. The transcripts were given to the students in individualized folders during the course selection process. Be familiar with your GPA, weighted and unweighted. Know your interests. Use the Naviance tools in order to assess your interests and to identify possible majors. Do your research. Tour the campuses this summer. Know the admissions criteria, the costs, the majors offered, clubs, sports, etc. Take those SATs and ACTs. And remember to elect to send your scores to a public university when you register so that they will go to Bright Futures. Begin your college essays over the summer. This will be a mandatory English assignment that your English teachers will go over with you. Create a resume so that if you need to ask for a letter of recommendation, you can accompany that request with a resume, and teachers will be more likely to write you something very robust. Register with the NCAA or NAIA if necessary. Find your fit, match, and reach schools. Decide how you're going to apply. Through Common App, in which case you can go ahead and set up a Common App through the Common App website this summer or directly to the institution. Know the deadlines, regular decision, rolling, early action, and remember, be careful of that early decision. Does your school require the SSAR? This will be listed on their website and the matrix that I included in this PowerPoint. Create an email account exclusively for your college applications. Apply. You will do this most likely in the fall, and we will assist you. Request your transcripts to be sent via Naviance. Again, this will be done in the fall. If you request transcripts to be sent this summer, we do not monitor Naviance over the summer. If you need a transcript, you will contact Miss Cassidy here in the counseling office, and she will send you the transcript. Request letters of recommendation, again in the fall, to be sent through Naviance only if required. Make sure when the time comes, you send your SAT and ACT scores to the right universities. Check your email constantly. October 1st, you will complete the FAFSA and Bright Futures form. You will be keeping in touch with your counselor constantly. And finally, breathe and take a deep breath. We are here to help you. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your year and a wonderful summer.